studied environmental science with a concentration in natural resources management at the University of Maryland. This 25-year-old is a strong supporter of habitat conservation and rehabilitation. She knows the worth of our sweet planet Earth, Maryland. Massachusetts.
Caroline graduated from the New York Film Academy in Los Angeles, which sparked her love for acting, broadcasting, and improv. This 23-year-old hopes to eventually host her own show. We can't wait to see her face on TV, Massachusetts.
Michigan. Elizabeth taught herself how to sew and got so good that family members now place orders for homemade Halloween costumes. She'd like to learn how to make her own shoes, eventually creating her own footwear line. Who'd refuse a pair of shoes from Michigan? Minnesota.
As a teenager, Haley made wallets out of duct tape and sold them to help fund her college education. This self-described nerd was a member of the Mathletes, the chess team, and was obsessed with Lord of the Rings. This former geek makes our knees weak. Minnesota!
Mississippi. Chelsea published a collection of short stories, editorials, and poems titled Imagination x6. This 23-year-old has been passionate about writing since scripting a children's book in elementary school. It's not all about looks. She likes to write books. Mississippi. Missouri.
Erica has supported herself financially since she was 17 years old. Working her way through college motivated her to be successful and taught her that nothing comes easy. Making cash in her stash, it's Missouri!
Montana. Katie enjoys visiting the big city, but prefers to live in a small town. This 23-year-old appreciates the way people are more respectful in small cities and says it helps keeps her humble. She's just a small-town girl living in a crown-filled world, Montana. She's a small-town girl. Nebraska.
Amanda is a recent broadcasting graduate at the University of Nebraska. She's currently looking for a news reporter position, but would eventually like to host an entertainment news show in a large market. You lose if you don't get your news from Nebraska.
Nevada. Nia is a 4th-degree black belt in Taekwondo, training for over 12 years. She's a former grand champion in the teen division and once competed in Baton Rouge at an international tournament. She breaks hordes of hearts and boards, Nevada. New Hampshire.
When she was younger, Bridget felt invincible. After being diagnosed with melanoma, however, she decided to prioritize her life and live each day to the fullest. Life's not always enchanted, so don't take things for granted. It's New Hampshire!
Maryland. Massachusetts. Michigan. Minnesota. Mississippi. Missouri, Montana, Nebraska, Nevada, and New Hampshire. We continue with Emily fully immersed herself into the entertainment industry, studying acting at prestigious institutes in New York, LA, and India. Recently, Clint Eastwood asked this 19-year-old to be his personal bodyguard. She must stay alert or Dirty Harry gets hurt. New Jersey. New Mexico.
Cameron earned 4 state tennis titles while in high school. She received a 4-year scholarship to play in college, and her serve has been clocked at 110 miles per hour. Opponents swerve to avoid her serve. New Mexico.
New York. Candace has been studying dance and performing since she was just 2 years old. In college, she became the president of the dance team, where she choreographed moves and led 40 members. She'll dance when given the chance. New York. North Carolina.
Olivia is proud to be a spokesperson for Helping a Hero. The nonprofit organization helps build specially adapted homes for wounded soldiers returning from war. You can bet that she'll help a vet. North Carolina.
North Dakota. While competing at Miss Teen USA in 2011, Audra was asked a final question about bullying. Her emotional answer was so memorable that Dr. Phil invited her to appear on his show. A talk show host liked her the most. North Dakota. Ohio.
Madison started figure skating at just 8 years old. This 22-year-old eventually caught the eye of a former Olympic gold medalist, and the two trained together for years. Life's great when you get to skate with Ohio.
Oklahoma. Brooklyn is the youngest of 7 children and caught the pageant bug by watching her older sisters compete. She eventually plans to pursue a career in the fashion industry because of her lifelong love for design. She knows all about clothes. Oklahoma. Oregon.
Emma began traveling at a young age and has visited over 30 countries. This 25-year-old has worked abroad in Paris and most recently Cape Town as a commercial actress and print model. This beauty smiles when she collects airline miles. Oregon.
Pennsylvania. Valerie currently works as a marketing coordinator. She hopes to become the CMO of a major company after receiving her MBA. It's her company's loss if she's not the boss. Pennsylvania. Rhode Island.
Christina works with Inspiring Minds of Rhode Island, helping students build their confidence in academics. This 19-year-old is passionate about writing and enjoys scripting poetry about life as a young woman. Wouldn't you know it, this beauty's a poet, Rhode Island.
New Jersey. New Mexico. New York. North Carolina. North Dakota, Ohio, Oklahoma, Oregon, Pennsylvania, and Rhode